Hey Randy, how you doing? How's it going? Nice weather here today. How's the weather where you are? I'm gonna check out this town today, and I got a coffee here the other day, but didn't really check it out too much. I'll spend one more night here, then head out in the morning. Yeah, where are you at, Randy? 70 is pretty good. Today only like 55, but it's gonna warm up through the week. Oh, Texas. Okay. Well, you're still working. That's a good sign. I'm in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. I'll be making my way back to Michigan slowly. I see they had another big lockdown there for 3 weeks. No more inside dining. It's going to finish off everybody that's been hanging in there so far. Oh, you like the heat, huh? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Seattle. I've been there a few times. I don't like that rainy, damp weather all the time. It's congested and you have to take those ferries around. It's just not for me. Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's not looking good anywhere. Even where I'm at here in Lexington, it's like crazy numbers going up and up. As I said, Michigan's locking down again. I mean, this seems like a damn horror movie. What type of work you doing out there, Andy? Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, I think you should do it. Why don't you start a YouTube channel? Start a YouTube channel and just hit the road. I can tell you this, that gets old quick. You think you're just going to drive into Nowheresville for the rest of your life. It doesn't really work that way. I mean, I think there are more upsides and downsides. But there's nothing like sleeping in a bed. I'm not kidding you. You can get away with it if you're 19 or 20 and you're in a van. Even I've driven some Class A motorhomes for people. It's a favor back from Florida before, the big ones. You couldn't give me one of those damn things. I'm not kidding you. It's cool, but you got to dump stuff. They're huge. You can't go into little towns. There's a bunch of restrictions places. You can hardly park them. You pay almost as much as you would at a hotel or motel when you park one in an RV park. Really research it. There's some people on YouTube that make it look like it's just one big endless Christmas day, but I don't think so. Yeah, I've always kind of been like this. Take it a day at a time, hit the road. It's a lot more fun if you interact with people and you photograph places. I think it is, but you may not be into that. Oh, massage therapist. Oh, okay. Yeah, and RVs, they get crappy gas mileage, and right now gas isn't bad, but if it ever goes up, and like I said, you just don't park them wherever you feel like it. Hey Daisy, how you feeling today? Yeah, just hit the road. Yeah, well, I mean, if you plan ahead, which I don't do that very often, I kind of wing it. Like last night, I was thinking, am I going to go to Nashville, Memphis, Tunica, Mississippi, Huntington, West Virginia, Cincinnati, Ohio, or Dayton, Ohio, or home? It's always a spinning wheel for me, which I like it that way. Are you into photography at all, or doing video work or anything like that? You'll be surprised. I mean, even if you're not like into what I'm doing, I mean, I've been this way my whole life. You wouldn't think you'd get enjoyment, but I don't that much sometimes when I'm doing it. But I'll tell you, I love going back and looking at old photos. I have pictures of me jumping freight trains when I was 17. I go back, I look at those photos, just fun to look through them. It's fun going back, and sometimes I think it's more fun going back and thinking about the experiences you had at photographs than when you were actually doing it. It's weird. Daisy's right there. Daisy's not a morning dog. Yeah, pros and cons, like anything. But you know how it is, Randy. I'm not trying to discourage you. Actually, I think you should do it. But, nothing is as it seems until you get and experience it. You could think what it's like to be a quadriplegic, but you don't know that until you are one. Same with marriage, relationships, jobs, places you live. You can read all you want about it, research it, but nothing's like actually doing it. Yeah, they're building these all over. Kind of. These are, I guess, condos or apartments they're building in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. I don't know whether they're probably maybe idled for some reason. I don't know. There's a Big B Coffee up here, and I thought, well, I've already went east, west, south, and maybe I'll check out north a little better. I got a coffee here the first day I was here. I like Big B Coffee, but I'm going to check out the town more today. I debated about leaving this morning, but what I like to do is, I got so many cords and batteries charging and this and that and books I buy along the way that I don't want to forget anything. So it works best for me if I get my stuff packed up before I go to bed. That way when I get up in the morning, I'm not forgetting something by rushing. Yeah, Randy, good luck to you. Hope you get a lot of customers. Oh, it sucks, Indy May. Yeah, I like this Big B Coffee. I mean, I remember thinking in my life, I remember being in high school one time thinking, how in the hell would you know the difference between a good steak and a bad steak? I mean, you're a kid, you don't know shit, that steak's supposed to be better. And then you get older and you go to different places and you remember good steaks and the difference between, a good one and a not good one. And I think I was a late bloomer on that with coffee. Same with scotch, good scotch. There's something to it, good wine. And this Big B Coffee, I mean, maybe they spray it with battery acid, I don't know. But it is good coffee. I didn't start drinking these lattes till about a year or two ago because I got just sick of drinking black coffee. But it's really good drink. It tastes great and it's coffee. Yeah, I mean, Randy, all bets are kind of off with, making money right now. I have friends that are in all sorts of different kind of businesses. And, man, I'll tell you, we joke about this, that I couldn't tell anybody what to do right now. I couldn't recommend anything. Just get out. I mean, this COVID thing has really put a monkey wrench in things, you know? Check out Michigan sometimes. I tell people all the time, people I know on YouTube, uh, they're welcome to come visit me, and they can even stay in my house and come and go as they want. I'm not there very often. I haven't been home in 6 weeks. And give them a chance to check out like a reasonable, beautiful part of the state. Now, we're coming into our winter season. The only catch is that if I am home, I don't expect people to have me entertain them, you know, hang out with them and that kind of thing. But I know how it is when you go into a different place and if you can't really afford to stay in hotels or motels. But I always offer an open invitation to anybody that wants to do that. I live in West Branch, Michigan, which is nice, you know. I got 2 spare bedrooms. No, and this I'm using my this I'm using just this cell phone, which is about ready to die. I don't know if you can go in a Verizon down here and get a new phone, but I ordered a new phone, got it, didn't work, sent it back, and this one is causing me more problems day and night. But you know, remember the days when you could order something and it worked and it lasted you until the next time you needed one? It doesn't seem like that anymore. Everything's like such a problem. I do use an external mic on my video recorder, a Rode Pro Mic Plus. It's about the only thing going for that kind of size camera. And the only reason I really use it's because of wind. Like yesterday, it was 55-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, Twining, yeah. Yep, Twining. There was a kid there about 7 or 8 years ago that was just a fast as hell sprinter. I wonder whatever happened to him. I think his name was Corey something. Man, could this kid run? Yeah. Standish, that fruit market there, Jay's, down at the south end of town, they have the best beef jerky anywhere. Hey, Don. You know, I remember about like, this was about 6 or 7 years ago. There's a fruit market, you'll probably know, same side of the street, only north of where Jay's is at. And that guy and his wife, or girlfriend, they went down to Florida, for, I think it was around Tampa. But anyway, he was pumping gas. Someone came up, robbed him, and he wasn't going to give him his wallet, and they shot him dead. Do you remember that? I mean, here you come from a little rural farming community. You go down to have a nice time in Florida. And you end up getting killed while you're pumping gas. I mean, it can happen anywhere, but God, I think of that a lot for some reason. You know, if a guy's doing that wingsuit jumping or whatever they call it, jumping off mountains, well, I expect him to get killed. But not some poor sucker that worked his ass off all day, all week, and all year to get taken out filling a gas tank. Hey, G-Meal. Yeah, if you're not into cold, I mean, our winters have been nothing. Actually, I like winter. I like either an ass kicker winter with snow, sleet, shutting the roads down, feeding the animals, having a couple good bottles of scotch, looking out the window as it's snowing like hell. I like that, or I like this, one or the other. I don't like the in-between. I don't like the inch of snow where it dirties up everything and it's just a pain in the ass. It's not pretty. I do enjoy winter, but we just, like I said, the winters are nothing. You know, when I was a kid growing up in a suburb of Detroit, we would be ice skating by Thanksgiving because we'd have, you know, that long 10-day break or whatever it is. That area hasn't frozen solid enough to ice skate in the last 20 years. So there have been, you know, climate changes. I don't know why. You can argue it either way, but the weather has changed. I mean, even in a place like where I'm at, Kentucky, I don't think this is too far out of the box today, but when you're getting near 70 before Thanksgiving, that's above ordinary. I don't really care for real hot weather either. As you know, I have a place down in Florida, but I don't even visit it. I was talking to a guy about this the other day. You know, when you think of the South, I think of Kentucky, Southern Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia, a little bit of the North and South Carolina, West Virginia, that kind of thing. And then once you get south of Georgia, I know it's south. I get that, right? But it's not like south south. It seems like it's just where every misfit in the world decided to live in the winter. Crime's high, drugs, traffic. I just don't like Florida. I wish they just saw that state off right around the Jacksonville line. Maybe even up to south of Savannah, Georgia, and just float it over to Cuba and give it to them. The United States would immediately get better. You know, Plague, I don't know if you remember this, but there used to be a show on TV, and you would have to live in Florida. By the way, watch that movie, Florida Project. It didn't do very well, but I was building a new house in Buena Vista, and I lived in Kissimmee for about 3 months. It sums it up just perfectly. Yeah, it's called the Florida Project. That was the girl's first acting job as well. But I'm not a big fan of Florida. I don't care where it's at. Only thing I like down there is the bird migration. And I like seeing alligators swimming around, that kind of thing. A lot of interesting. And the Kissimmee River's fascinating. The Everglades are mind-blowing. But other than that, that drinking and singing on the beach, you can have it. Yeah, I thought it was absolutely excellent. You know how it is. It's like people think I have a successful channel. I have a channel that interests me. And I don't really count success. I don't. This is my opinion on views or subscribers. I lose subscribers all the time because of my videos of omelets and hot dogs and hamburgers. I get hate mail. I don't care. So I think I have an okay channel, but, you know, there was no big game plan. Right on, Virgil. Hey, Monica. Well, I'll tell you, I got lucky in business early on. That's all it is, too, man. I mean, people are always saying I'm humble. I'm not humble. I know that I'm lucky. And it's a fine line between eating filet mignon and splitting a hot dog with your hobo buddy trying to get from A to B. It really is. There's a lot of luck involved in what people perceive as success. And I got very lucky in the early 80s and early 90s. Basically, all the stuff I have, I got back then. Shit, I haven't made any money for shit in the last 15 years. That shows you how good the economy was at the time. But when I first moved down to Florida, I bred parrots on a commercial level and then got into dromedary camels, the single hump. And I bought 20 acres down there, and it was $10,000 an acre. And people thought I was out of my mind. You're never going to get your money back. Well, that property is about $110,000 an acre now. But any shrewd businessman that knew that I was buying that I had a connection with, tried to talk me out of it. So it shows you how luck is. I've pretty much ignored all advice my whole life, good or bad. I got lucky. Hey, Graphic, how you doing? So, you can't beat getting lucky. You look at Tom Monahan. He's not exactly the Domino's pizza guy. He sold that for $1 billion. And Tom Monahan would still be making pizzas in Ypsilanti, Michigan at 70 years old if he didn't get lucky. Franchises were just taken off. My sister was the first single owner of McDonald's franchise, a single female. She got lucky. How did it happen? She didn't have any money. McDonald's was getting criticized for not having African Americans and single females as owners. So they were actually recruiting and seeking people that fit the profile of being somewhat successful. And they lined her up with loans and grants and federal funds and you name it. And she got in with no money and got super wealthy in about 10 years. She ended up blowing it all through a kid she had. But luck. Luck has a lot to do with it. I think he would wear one. Sure would. Because that would be obeying the laws of the land. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, camels are cool. They used them in the Civil War for a while, but the problem with them, they're just so ornery. I mean, you got to basically retrain the damn things every day unless you're in the Middle East, where they don't mind beating the hell out of them to get them to do what they want to do, but they're very stubborn. They're always cranky and bitchy. It's not like you're gonna walk up and just pet one, you know. You put a saddle on one of those, he's gonna fight you every day of the week, and that's what they found out in the Civil War. It's a heck of a machine for what they've evolved to be. The way they conserve water and can take the heat. I mean, it's a marvel, really. But they're a pain in the ass. I saw that last night. Yeah, I thought I'd finish off the remaining restaurants that have been able to stay in business. That is so sad for these people. Yeah. You know, really, though, intellectual piece. I mean, she's trying to protect people. I mean, it sucks that it's coming down to this, but if you look at the transmission rate and how it's happened and where it's happened, I mean, she's saying the right things to do. I mean, it sucks that they got to do it, but I think this is going to cost her ever getting reelected again. But I kind of give her credit, even though I'd never vote for her, for sticking to her guns on protecting the people. I really do. I mean, you know, everybody knows how you get this stuff, and everybody knows why it's getting worse, and she's trying to keep it from getting worse. So I'm not a fan of hers, but I give her an A+ for sticking to her guns on protecting the people, which most of these people don't do. They got these like saddles that they fit for them. The hump's not like, some it's higher than others. I got into it because, for the same reason I got into it, other people bought mine for a tax break. If you've got property, you want that agricultural residential exemption. If you don't have a grazing animal, your taxes are just nuts. So I tried cattle, pain in the ass. Horses, pain in the ass. Llamas, they get out, you know, there's liability, they're hard to catch. Sheep, too hot. Pigs, smelly. That's how I got into camels. So basically, people would buy one and let it roam around their property so they qualified for a cheaper tax rate. They test for bacteria, but they wouldn't test positive for COVID. Yeah, I saw that, Monica. Thank you. I was already looking at that. They closed that bridge that, you know, I came across. That bridge is, every time, I've been going over that bridge like for 50 years, and it always looks like it's about ready to fall over. But there's alternate routes. There's some to the east and some to the west, which, yeah, I looked that up as soon as I thought of that. I thought, well, how are these people getting across the river? It's always congested in there. So there's a bunch of ways to cross the river right there. It's not a problem. Hey, fettered friends. That's not true. Consciously aware. It is not true. She's basic. Are you denying that COVID is real and that it's contagious and that lots of people are not dying? Check the hospital records, for God's sakes. Call down to Bay City right now. At McLaren. They're even running out of pre-test kits. I don't think chickens count. No, I think it's got to be a grazing animal. And I don't think, that's a good question. I mean, I'm sure you could always challenge it legally, but I don't think it would count. Yeah, but bacteria, we're talking about harmful bacteria, bacteria that ends your life, not just bacteria. I mean, I don't doubt that some of this information isn't completely accurate, but I definitely believe COVID is real. And, you know, you can check that worldwide. It's not just a political interest in the state of Michigan. People are dying from this all over. Have some people been tagged with that for death that maybe died of something else? Yeah, probably. But I 100% believe in it. Hey, Frank. I don't like her either. I don't like her either. I really don't. But I mean, she's not really out of the box with what other states are doing. No, it isn't, Alan. You're just sounding crazier by the minute. And where do you get your information on this? Yeah, well, not a total lockdown, but you can't go inside a restaurant for the next 3 weeks. It's the whole world. It's not just Michigan. Yeah, I don't know what's happened there. I haven't heard her name brought up. I was just reading an article down. A guy sent me the other day that the mother was 28, and then the dad died. He was like 32, and this kid's an orphan now, and nobody wants to adopt it. Yeah, Alan, I don't want to have these idiotic conversations with you. I mean, there always seems to be some kook that pops up out of the woodwork that comes up with this stuff with absolutely no basis for it. I think you'd probably do a lot better somewhere else. You probably think that you're wearing away the enamel on your teeth by brushing them every morning. Hey, Faye, how you doing? Daisy, how you feeling today? Hey, Melissa, how you doing? You ever go over to Lethbridge? Yeah, I never heard that about cooking with aluminum pots. I don't know who said it, and I don't know who debunked it. Yeah, take it easy. Yeah, I don't know where that train's at. I haven't seen too many of them down here. Well, I see there's a huge railroad yard in Louisville that looks cool. It's right near a Red Roof Inn, but with almost all these places, you can't see the trains from the road. That's by design. Hey, Tricia. I'm in Elizabethtown today. I'll probably stay up around the north here. Yeah, I know all about it, Alan. I talk to a doctor about it every other day. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living, Alan? Yeah, beer cans, exactly. Yeah, it's hard to get a good look at like trains places. Detroit's impossible. Toledo's iffy. Okay, James. Oh, I don't know about that, but thank you. Alan, I want to know your qualifications and what you do for a living because I think it'll all make sense. Yeah, really nice people, George. I agree. Except that damn dog that tried to bite me 2 times. Baby girl. Yeah, you're lucky if you can see. It's like that out in Montana, too. What's so cool out there, big sky country? You can see the damn whole train going down the tracks. All 144 cars. I didn't know that either until I was out. That's what most train cars are, believe it or not. 144 cars out, at least out there. Yeah, that's cool. I do love the sound of trains, and I like watching trains. There's that train maintenance place, RJ Corbin, down here. Are you familiar with that? I thought it was just a Lexington thing, but hell, they're all over the country. I've never even seen that name before. RJ Corbin. All their engines look like they're like ancient. Yeah, did you see that dog try and nip me a couple times? It was funny. At first they said that the dog wanted to go for a ride in a car. Yeah, okay, it didn't seem believable. Then they said I was too close to her food. Her bowl was over near their mattress on their cart. You got to give them an A+ for running interference. Oh, good for you. Yeah, that's interesting how that those quiet zones. I don't. Most of those failed where I knew they proposed in places. Yeah, that's interesting. They are around. Where did I was someplace and they had to do that. You couldn't blow the horn on the train. I forget where it was at. Yeah. I like the sign to the diesels. Anything. Yeah, thanks, my channel. You're probably right. Come on, Alan. You got awful quiet there when I asked your qualifications. This is all making sense now. Just pulling stuff out of the air. That's one thing I notice with YouTube. There's always a couple kooks, no matter what it is, that just come up with this stuff. It doesn't make any sense. And when you pin them down about their qualifications or their source information, they get silent. You're right, Randy. No, lockdown helps. I mean, that's how it spreads. If people complied, I mean, it's not 100%, but it's better than just having a bunch of yahoos running around together, slapping high fives at a rave party. I mean, they have really no choice. I mean, I don't like it, but I understand it. I mean, if you subscribe to your theory and you did nothing, this whole place is going to get wiped out by this thing. I mean, at least they're trying. I'd feel much more concerned if they said, well, we hope you don't catch it. Good luck. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Good, Frank. That's a good idea. Yeah, me either. And Frank, all masks aren't created equal. Everybody knows that. You can have a better one than the kind that you buy at 25 in a pack. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, thank you, Faye. I agree. Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. And touching your nose or rubbing your eyes, that kind of thing. Yeah, taste and smell. Yeah, that's what I said. Yep. Penny was murdered. Got hit in the head with a rock. I read one article, they still don't know a lot about this because it's a new disease. I read one article that said that the antibodies that your body builds up after surviving it last 90 days. Yeah, you're right, Train. Yep. Yeah, I didn't really know Penny. I mean, that's the only time I talked to her, to tell you the truth. She seemed like a nice girl. I chatted back and forth with one of her daughters one time. I mean, anybody in that predicament, it's a common denominator, of what gets them there. Yeah, catch it twice after a certain amount of time. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What's interesting to me is like, some of these younger people that have died were presumably healthy. At least that's the way they sold the story in the media. So it's interesting to me how somebody get test positive and is asymptomatic and they're the same age as the person they live with and they die from it. Everybody knows if you're a diabetic, you have heart issues, COPD, you're more at risk. But I'm talking about the people that don't fit that criteria that die. Why do they die and someone in the same household that you're sleeping in the same bed with doesn't get it? Old couple, I'll probably see them later today. A couple people emailed me. Evidently, there was a glitch on her email or her PayPal, and I want to double check it with her. I didn't see them until yesterday, but I did see that cart before. I assumed it was somebody else's because it's always there, with their little mattresses and stuff on it. Yeah, I don't think that, from what I've read, that herd community theory doesn't really work with COVID. Yeah, my channel. That's exactly right. Yeah, young, healthy physicians. You're right. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Goldie. Alan, you never stated your source or what you do for a living. I'm wondering where you come up with these crazy comments. Alan, I think you're about one click away from getting the old virtual boot. You're exactly what we don't want here. Yeah, thank you, my channel. No, that wouldn't make any sense to him. Oh, is it virtual? Yeah. Oh, that's nice, bit Daisy. Hey, Emmanuel, how you doing? How's it going? You're not Emmanuel from Toledo, are you? Yeah, well, good luck, Alan. We'll see you later. I'm in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. I'm waiting for him to build some more of these condos. Alan, I'm sorry for any technical difficulties you may be having. Please try again later. Hey, Blue Malibu, how you doing? Oh, okay, Renee. Well, that's good. Busy's good. It sucks to have a lockdown. I agree. You got to give it to old Canada, man. They stuck to their guns since March. They don't want any crazies from the United States coming over there. No non-essential travel, period. You are not coming across that border. And you know what? Their numbers are low. Hello? Oh, you liked him? Oh, good. Beautiful. It's like 53 here. Get dragon's milk delivered? You know, there's some states that's a big no-no, delivering alcohol. I think Michigan's like that. I think Michigan, I don't even think you're supposed to be able to get like stuff shipped to you. You know, the retailers fought that left and right, but they do it anyway. Oh, that's cool. Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Oh, no kidding, huh? Yeah, this is big Baptist territory. If you look on, I was over in Winchester, Kentucky quite a bit. There's some church inviting me to come over there and worship. They posted on a bunch of the videos. I mean, I think they have good intentions. Daisy's relaxing in the Kentucky air. Good Daisy girl. Yeah, thank you, Faye. Yeah, you know how it is, Faye. You can tell early on in a conversation. Or once it starts getting off the rails and they start, you know, thinking this is a conspiracy and that it's all a bunch of bullshit and it's some plan to ruin the economy. I don't want them around here anymore. That's the advantage of having a private channel on YouTube. If I worked with these nut jobs, like this Alan Bacon, and he was my coworker, or if he was my neighbor, or he was in a church that I went to, I'd have to listen to this dumb son of a bitch and pretend like I liked him. But when you have your own YouTube channel, you can just get rid of them. It's so great. I mean, this is the first time in my life where I didn't need to listen to this bullshit because of the reasons I just explained. Alan got the boot right between his ass cheeks, where it belonged. I'm still smiling. Yeah, Daisy's been getting hamburgers. She had brisket for the last 2 nights. I mean, can you imagine if we had some of these clowns that make these comments about COVID in elected office and they were the people that were making the decisions on public health? We'd all be dead. Alan got the virtual boot. He's sitting there now smashing his keyboard. Yeah, thank you, Mike. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, most of these people have obviously either they flunked or they'd never had a science class. They think it's some big conspiracy that, the government. Yeah, okay. See you later. Bye-bye. Yeah, Alan's smashing his keyboard right now, but anybody that makes the comments Alan did, he's been getting kicked out of a lot of places when he first mumbled his few words at the age of 10. He can be super pissed because he's not going to do anything about it. I got to get an oil change someplace today. I'm thinking about just getting a new set of tires at either Bell Tire or Discount Tire, but I always worry about getting them one place and then them giving me a big hassle when I want to get them rotated at another. Yeah, you're right, George. You're right. Well, I think I'm going to log off here and check this town out. So I hope you guys have a good day today. It's going to be a nice day here. No clouds. Beautiful. Not yet. I don't eat too early. I hardly ever eat breakfast. I'm going to check out this town around this area. All right, George. So I hope you guys have a nice day today. You too, Renee. Keep your mask on there. Nah, that sushi I got yesterday was like not good. That goes, yeah, nah, it wasn't. I did eat both things of it, but only because it was late and I didn't want to drive anywhere. Don't worry about baby girl. Thinking about going and getting a stun gun. Hey Ray, how you doing? All right, Mike. See you, New World, man. Yeah. You could see the look on baby girl's eyes when I walked up there. It wasn't going to be good. I'm always assuming that the people have enough sense to hold on to the dog. He finally had to cover baby girl's eyes. All right, Faye. Okay, Via. Yep. Baby girl. That's all I need is a dog that hasn't had a rabies shot in 10 years bite me in Lexington, Kentucky, so I can spend the next 3 days in the hospital. They'd have to chop baby's head off to see if she had rabies or not, and then those people would be pissed, and the whole trip would go south. You too, baby love. Yeah, tell me about it. You know how that stuff goes, Blue Malibu. It's not like totally impossible, you know what I mean? Yeah. They would end up they'd find out that they needed to cut baby doll's head off to see if she had rabies, and so they'd go into hiding. And then I'd be on pins and needles waiting to see if they found baby girl, which they wouldn't because they love baby girl, and then I'd need to get that series of shots just in case she had it. No thanks. Oh, I know it. Yeah, forget that. Yeah, I think next time I give him a donation or an interview, baby doll's going to have to be tied to the tree. I think that dog needs another name. Yeah, I'd have to have the shots. Forget that shit. I'd kill baby doll by myself. You'd see a whole entirely different video. Yeah, that's exactly right. You can't blame him, Faye. Shit, who in the hell wants a dog like that? Baby doll. Well, I'd love to know what Baby doll was thinking. Maybe she's like that with everybody. Maybe she saw Daisy eating brisket. Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Now you know why Baby doll was outside of a McDonald's looking for a home. That's what I think, Blue Malibu. Yeah. All right, you guys have a good day today. You party on, I'll be on tonight. Try and think of a good place heading north where I should stop. Somebody mentioned Spring Hill or something hill around Cincinnati. That could be New World, man. Yeah. I think she could. All right, Claudia. See you, intellectual.